call upon the next contestant, CA Kunika Agrawal ji.
Hello everyone. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So my name is CA Kunika Agrawal. I am a member from industry based whereby my working in FP&A role. My core area of work has been management reporting. Nowadays, every company has some sort of management reporting established over there, whereby they might do it either monthly, fortnightly, or another period as they may define. The management tends to analyze various expenses or incomes or other financial aspects as per their needs, not just at an entity level, but also at a segment or cost centers or various functional level. Now, we as a CA are required to prepare these data which we get from our ERPs. Then we segregate the data into different segments that are required to be presented in. And then we prepare the reports for each and every segment month on month wise. Now, this process which we are doing is the manual process. Now, people over here would debate with me that we have some robust ERP systems defined in our companies that gives us a ready report segment wise or cost center wise or whatever needs they are. But the answer to that would be that ERP systems have report segment wise available. But when we are going to present it to our senior managements, we can't do it because there need to be some presentable dashboards from Excels or present PPTs that need to be presented to them. So what the process challenges over here is we download the reports from the ERP on a consolidated basis, then segregate the data for each segment, copy paste it into their respective segment Excels, and then prepare the report. Now, identifying this as a problem statement, I have come up with a solution of Python script, which uses a single input as my first consolidated input. It would filter the data based on the script and based for all every segments, then create a new version of Excel. The beauty over this is the pure beauty over here is that every time this I would run this script, a new version for Excel would be created because anytime we make an edit in this file, a standard process that we follow is going to create a new version of this Excel. So this will also create a new version, rename it for the current month, and then give me report for the each segment. So in within few minutes, I'll get the segment wise reporting done for me. The tools which I've used over here is Python and some standard Excel templates that are that I've created once and for all, and automated logic for filtering my segment based data. Benefits that I'll get from is manual reduction. Efforts of my 80 to 90% of my manual efforts would be reduced. This I can dedicate time for analysis, and the errors are reduced. So by eliminating this manual work, which is adding no value to my work, I would be able to do more insightful work now. So now let's move to live demo now. Now, before actually moving to live demo, let me show you a structure for my foldering. Like me being into pharma industry, the segments I have is OSD, that is tablets, injectables, APIs, and some quality data. And not just this segment wise, in detail, if I go, I have various location wise details also. Into this location, at the end, I am having files which I have named as a zero, the location name, segment name, and the month on month name which I'm going to do. Here, in every folder, the latest file which I am having is for the month of January. Now, once I'll run the script, what will happen is a new file with the name of 2 Matoda injectable YTD Feb will be created automatically. So for that, let me run the script. This is my script. In this script, I have used a hard-coded system of bifurcating my segments. I will these for each segments there are some business units available into my data, so I have hard coded that into the script. Once I run the module, it will ask me to select a combined workbook whereby I have my consolidated ERP data. Here I'm using the daybook as my consolidated data. In each month, this is my consolidated data. I'll select this. Then a base folder whereby my each and every folder for where I'm supposed to work on is provided. I select that folder and the month for which I want to rename the file. I have selected Feb month. Now I'll run the dump. Now here we can see for each and every segment, every Excel, a file has been created in the background and now it is rewriting the Excel. So 96 rows were there for the new month. It has been added and this data gets added right below the historical data that is existing in the sheets. So now we see that logs have been returned, data has been prepared. So here we can see in case of every folder, a new file would be created, new name is there, and the time is exactly what is there. Here I'm using random numbers into my presentation. Just so this is the data. This currently below the January month, the Feb month got added. And see, here I have the data reports easily available. I have prepared some dashboards for my presentation purposes, which has actuals and budgets over here. And that's why the reports are getting added. Now, other thing is I also use some volume and exchange rate. Me being a US company, I have also tend to present some overhead rate with the expenses terms. So now I also have a tab for whereby I will be presenting the volumes and exchange rate. And now this is coming from a separate sheet. So instead of doing lookups again and again for each sheet, I'll also have a script available for this. It works on the same parameters. Just thing is it won't copy paste an old version of Excel and rename because the new version is already available. This would ask me to select a combined file whereby I have my volume and FX rate available and the path whereby I have my all folders available. Now, as I'm working on Feb month, I would enter Feb as my output. So I'll show for OSD at this moment. So there can be another option available. Yes. Once on one after each month, the Feb's the volume is also added, the exchange rate also gets added, and my dashboards is now completely ready. So this manual effort which I was doing for every copy paste or lookups is now done completely within few minutes. Now, thing is this script is totally hard code based and is using scripts that is almost available to for me only to run and might not be easily adaptable for everyone. But as here we are presenting the use cases, I am here to showcase an idea so that the audience can get an idea that what can be done, what manual workings they might be doing, and they can eliminate those manual work and can dedicate their time to more insightful task.
Yeah.
So that's it from my side, and I'm open to feedbacks and questions now.
Thank you, Kunika ji. Sumit and Rishir, can I?
Yes, sir.
Please,
Yeah,
sir, please.
yeah, thank you. Kunika ji, I believe the execution has been done in idle and it's
Yes,
a Python script that you have been running. Uh,
yes.
mm, can we know which generative AI you used for prompting and getting the code?
I have used a ChatGPT solely.
Okay.
I have trained at hard code for everything.
Okay. Okay. And I believe this is a specific use case of one particular entity and one particular reporting. Basically, uh, you are doing data cleansing and data analyzing using this,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes,
Yeah. Okay. Great. So, what do you think on the adaptability of this particular tool? And you only mentioned that this can only work in your system.
yes,
Is there a way you can,
yes.
yeah, please. Is there a way
So,
you can just,
yes, the
is there any way in which you can probably uh, pass on this tool to your team or to your office so
Yeah, so
the entire
as
team
of
can work on
now,
this?
yes,
Hmm.
as of now, the script which I have created is that I have a specified format of the ERP reports which I would be getting, and then I have hard coded some business units based on which the data gets segregated for each of the segments and cost centers. Now, in case if I have to make it adaptable for all, I can use that instead of a standard format, I specify the format to AI tool, and then instead of hard coding the business unit, I ask the user only to input the things. So that when I was doing the input of my folder location or things, he can specify that in this specific column, for example, B, you have the different unit codes available. So identify the unit codes by yourself and then segregate data for each one of them. So maybe this
Okay.
can a way forward so that it becomes adaptable for all.
Okay. So right now you mean to say you have hard coded this in the script itself. In the code itself, you have hard
Yes,
coded this. Okay.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yes.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So it is not using any API or any LLM to.
No,
Okay.
no,
So you have hard
no.
coded
It
the
is a
rules and it
pure
is.
Python
Okay.
script. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So in case if I even if I'm required to work offline, I can do the same and my work does not get hampered.
Okay. Which library in Python is it using for this?
Sorry.
Which library of Python is being used?
Libraries are like the path life, date, time. I mean, these are the basic Python
Okay.
libraries that
Okay.
helps me to filter the data.
Okay. 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 Done. Done. Over to you, Rishir and Sumit.
Right, sir. Sumit sir, may I? Or would you like to go
Sir,
first?
after you.
So, ma'am, this is a very specific use case which you have presented, and that's, I think, very relevant in the corporate side as well.
Yes.
Just wanted to understand this. So, the main problem statement, what was your problem statement behind this?
The problem statement is that I have a task of doing this, presenting the segment report every monthly. And now when I get the data from my ERP, here I am showcasing just a few sample of my segments. And the sample data size also here in the screen when I was showing, it was showing 96 rows. I have taken some random numbers over here and random line items. But when I work actually on the data, for each segment, there are more than 5,000 lines. And when I work for this line, it almost takes me 1 to 2 days to work on this. Now, after the script, I have reduces this manual efforts, and now the data is being prepared within 15 to 20 minutes. So I have reduced the manual task and saved my time.
Right. So, just building up on what Kartikeya sir was mentioning, that you've hard coded a lot of items in the code itself, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
while developing this, did you come across any other alternative than Python, which might be a good alternative for this, where you might not need to have such kind of a hard coding done? Just curious about that. Yeah.
Not an alternative, but I started the prompt with that only that gave me a Python script because me being into industry, if any other tool I would have to develop like in case of any chat custom GPT or something, then the data insecurity comes to my risk, and also the IT team would not allow me to implement any other tools for me. So, looking forward to the company's IT restrictions, I started with this Python script only.
Great, great, wonderful. just one suggestion for future as well. If it's about
Yes.
the privacy and all that, you might also try some offline GPTs or RAG if your companies allow them. But
Okay.
overall, it was a great presentation. Could be
Thank you.
developed further into a workable tool if it's allowing a little bit more flexibility in terms of the data and the kind of reports you can see.
Yes.
But yes,
Yes, so means this is a showcase that okay, these things can be done further. It can be appended
yeah,
and modified as per the user's requirement, and even more adaptability can be added to this.
right. Right. So that's all from my side. Sumit, sir.
Thank you,
Yes.
Rishi. So, Kanika, point well taken. It's, I think you correct me if I'm wrong, that you should have rephrased yourself that it will not work in your computer. It will work on the basis of the infrastructure you are into, right? So somebody in the
Yes.
company
Yes.
can
Basic.
use it. So it's basically a proprietary tool which you have built to automate. And the number which you gave was very amazing that 2 days of work is getting done in 15,
Yes.
20 minutes on half an hour's
20
time.
minutes.
So it's a very
Yes.
good use case which you have presented where you can, again, when we discuss about 80-20 principle, that 80% of work is repetitive. So you have tried
Mm.
to automate that repetitive process.
Yes. So if I'm automating this, I have my time to dedicate more. And if not,
On the
if this not
qualitative
would have
stuff.
been, yes. So I'm not even saving a person's additional hiring for the company. So a cost
Let's not
benefit
get into
also.
let's not get into that. But two things. One is that the kind of graphics which you have built, the comparative graphics, if you can show on the Excel, is very good. This is one. Just I have one quick question, taking from Rishi, that the prompt just
Yes.
was trying to understand that how have you written the prompt, and that would help all of our people or audience watching the
Okay.
the series. So just allow me to complete. So like, have you written the entire logic in one go and then asked it to code? Or how have you asked because you said it's a hard coded logic. So what was the manner so that people using can even have better results? If you can please help us with that.
So when I started, I had this whole process in my mind that I want to segregate the data, which I was doing manually. So I knew my manual process. Then I started explaining it things like this is my consolidated
Bola.
file. Give me an option to browse my consolidated file. Then I gave this hard-coded system that's which I have that business unit wise. The first prompt which I used, I gave this directives that this business code is this for this file, this file, this file. So this hard codes I had in my mind in my first test only. But when I came across the other files, the thing errors that I faced was that the columns were not coming proper. The other things like if I see over here the increase or decrease, I have some graphical representations over here. So that things were getting changed. So I asked it not to modify things. The text format of the data had to be preserved. So in that way, each and every segment, that was the beautification process. But thing was, I initially started with basic prompting language that please add the data right below the current one, use the filter data and kind of stuff. So it was not that difficult, but a process was implemented very good if I have my process in mind.
So just I'll do a copy paste of Rishi's question. How many attempts did it took to convert this into a full-fledged program?
It almost took me 20 to 25 reworks on this.
Great. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So you can stop share and allow the other
Okay.
person to.
Okay.
Yeah. Rishi sir, we can move to next.
Yeah.